Welcome children. Today I am going to explain from geography first lesson India location, relief and drainage. Introduction. India is a vast country with varied landforms. Our country has practically all major physical features of the earth. Example: mountains, plains, deserts, plateaus and islands. India is a large landmass formed during different geological periods which has influenced our relief its present form. India is the 7th largest country in the world and second largest country in Asia. It forms a part of South Asia and is separated by the Himalayas from the rest of the continent. India accounts for about 2.4% of the total area of the world with an area of 32 lakhs 87,263 square kilometer. Many of the India states are larger than several countries of the world. India and world. India lies in between East and West Asia. India's strategic central location helps India to establish close contact with West Asia, Africa, Europe on the west coast, Southeast Asia and East Asia on the eastern coast. India, a subcontinent. India along with the countries of Myanmar, Bangladesh, Pakistan, Nepal, Bhutan and Sri Lanka is called a subcontinent. Is separated from the rest of Asia by chain of mountains in the northwest, north and northeast and by seas in the south. This region also possesses a distinct continental characteristic in physiography, climate, natural vegetation, minerals, human resources, etc. Hence, India is known as subcontinent. Location and extent. India extends from 8.4 degree north to 37.6 degree north latitudes and 68.7 degree east to 97.25 degree east longitudes. Hence, India is located of the northeastern hemisphere. The southernmost point of the country is Indra Point. Is located in the Andaman Nicobar Islands. The northernmost point of India is Indra Col in Jammu and Kashmir. The east-west extension is from Rann of Kutch, Gujarat in west to Arunachal Pradesh in east. The Tropic of Cancer passes through middle of the country, dividing India into northern temperate and southern tropical lands. India is 28 states, 7 union territories. Indian Standard Time. The local time of the central meridian of India is the standard time of India. India's central meridian is 82.30 degree east longitude. It passes through Mirzapur and roughly bisects the country in terms of longitude. The IST is 5.5 hours ahead of Greenwich Mean Time GMT. Major physiographic divisions of India. The majestic Himalayan peaks in the north, the beautiful beaches in the south, the great Indian desert in the west and the breathtaking natural heritage in the east make India geographically vibrant, colorful and truly incredible country. There is a varied nature of physiographic divisions in India. Though the country has many landforms based on the major differences, it is divided into the following 5 physiographic divisions: the Himalayan mountains, Great Northern Plains, the Peninsula Plateau, the Indian desert, the coastal plains, the islands. Himalayan mountains. The Himalayan mountains consist of the youngest and the loftiest mountain chains in the world because they have been formed only few million years ago, and also they were formed because of the folding of the earth crust due to tectonic activity. It stretches for a distance of 2500 km from the Indus Gorge in the west to Brahmaputra Gorge in the east. The width of the northern mountains varies from 500 km in the Kashmir to 200 km in Arunachal Pradesh. The northern mountains that functions as a Great Wall is grouped into 3 divisions: the Trans-Himalayas, the Himalayas, Eastern or Purvanchal Hills. First one, the Trans-Himalayas. It is also known as Western Himalayas. It lies to the north of the Great Himalayan Range. It lies in Jammu and Kashmir and Tibetan Plateau. As its aerial extent is more in Tibet, it is also known as Tibetan Himalayas. The prominent ranges of Trans-Himalayas are Jaskar, Ladakh, Kailash and Karakoram. The main divisions of the Himalayas are Greater Himalayas, Lesser Himalayas and the Shivaliks. The Greater Himalayas are the Himadri. The Greater Himalayas are about 25 km wide. Its average height is about 6000 meters. The Greater Himalayas receives lesser rainfall as compared to the Lesser Himalayas and the Shivalik. Physical weathering is less effective over the Greater Himalayas as compared to the other ranges. Almost all the lofty peaks of the Himalayas are located in this range. The notable ones are Mount Everest and Kanchenjunga. Mount Everest is located in Nepal. Kanchenjunga is located between Nepal and Sikkim. So, it has many glaciers: Gangotri, Yamunotri and Sechin. The lesser Himalayas are the Himachal. It is the middle range of Himalayas. Height of this range varies from 3700 to 4500 meter. Its width varies up to 80 km. The major rocks of this range are slate, limestone and quartzite. This region is subjected to extensive erosion due to heavy rainfall, deforestation and urbanization. The major hill stations of the Himalayas are located in this range: Shimla, Mussoorie, Nainidal, Raniket and Darjeeling are the familiar ones. The Shivalik or outer Himalayas. The Shivaliks extend from Jammu and Kashmir to Assam. It is partly made by the debris brought by the Himalayan rivers. The width of the Shivaliks vary from 10 km in the east to 50 km in the west. It is the most discontinuous range. Purvanchal Hills. It extended in the northeastern states of India. Most of these hills are located along the border of India and Myanmar, while others are inside India. Dafla Hills, Abor Hills, Mishmi Hills, Naha Hills, Manipur Hills, Mizo Hills and Jaintia Hills are the hills which are collectively known as Purvanchal Hills. The longitudinal divisions of Himalayas. The Kashmir, Punjab, Himachal, Himalayas located between the rivers of Indus and Satluj. The Kumaon Himalayas located between the rivers of Satluj and Kali. The central Nepal Himalayas located between the rivers of Kali and Tista. The Assam Eastern Himalayas located between the rivers of Tista and Diang. Importance of Himalayas. Himalayas blocks southwest monsoon winds and causes heavy rainfall to North India. It forms a natural barrier to the subcontinent. It is a source for many perennial rivers like Indus, Ganges, Brahmaputra, etc. The northern mountains are described as the paradise of tourists due to its natural beauty. Many hill stations and pilgrim centers like Amarnath, Kedarnath, Badrinath and Vaishnavi Devi temple are situated here. It provides raw materials for many forest based industries. It prevents the cold winds blowing from the Central Asia and protects India from severe cold. Himalayas are renowned for the rich biodiversity. The Great Northern Plains. The fertile land extending across 7 North Indian states forms the Great Northern Plains. This plain is one of the most extensive stretches of the alluvium in the world and is deposited by the rivers Indus, Ganga, Brahmaputra and their tributaries. These rivers deposit enormous quantity of sediments deposited along the foothills and floodplains. The important characteristic features of sediment deposition in the plains areas as follows. First one, the Babar, second the Tarai, third the Bangar, fourth one Khadar. The Babar plain. This plain is made up of gravels and unasserted sediments deposited by the Himalayan rivers. It is wider in the western plains than in the east. This plain is not suitable for cultivation. Only big trees with large roots thrive in this region. The Tarai tract. It is a zone of excessive dampness, thick forest and rich wildlife. This tract lies to the south of Babar Plains. The Tarai is wider in the eastern parts of the Great Plains, especially in Brahmaputra Valley due to heavy rainfall. The Bangar Plains. The Bangar represent the upland alluvial tracts of the Great Plains of India formed by the older alluviums. The soil is dark in color, rich in humus content, well drained and useful for agriculture. The Khadar Plains. The new alluvium tracts along the courses of the rivers are known as the Khadar or wetlands. The Khadar tracts are enriched by fresh deposits of silt every year during rainy seasons. The Peninsula Plateau. The plateau region lies to the south of the Great Northern Plains. This is the largest physiographic divisions of our country. Aravalli Hills mark the northwestern boundary of the plateau region. The Western Ghats and the Eastern Ghats mark the western and eastern boundaries respectively. The general slope of this plateau is towards east. The river Narmada divides the plateau region of India broadly into two parts. The region lying to the north of the Narmada is called Central Highlands, and the region lying to the south of Narmada is called the Deccan Plateau. All the major rivers Mahanadi, Godavari, Krishna, Kaveri, etc., lying to the south of the Vindhyas flow towards and fall into the Bay of Bengal. Narmada and Tapti are the two rivers situated to the south of the Vindhyas flow westward. Their movement towards west is due to the presence of a rift valley in the region. Islands. The Central Highlands extend between the river Narmada and the northern Great Plains. These hills extend from Gujarat through Rajasthan to Delhi in the northwesterly directions for a distance of about 700 km. The western part of the Central Highland is known as Malwa Plateau. It lies to the southeast of Aravallis and to the north of Vindhya range. The river Champal, Petwa and Ken drain the Malwa Plateau before they join the river Yamuna. The part of the Central Highlands which extends to the east of Malwa Plateau is known as Bundelkhand. Its further extension is known as Bahalkhand. The eastern part of the Central Highlands, which lies in the northeastern part of the Indian Plateau, is known as Chota Nagpur Plateau. It covers much of Jharkhand, adjacent parts of Odisha, West Bengal, Bihar and Chhattisgarh. This region is very rich in mineral resources, particularly iron ore and coal. Deccan Plateau. This physiographic division is the largest part of the plateau region of India. The shape of this plateau is roughly triangular. One of the sides of this triangle is marked by the line joining Kanyakumari with Rajmahal Hills, and this line passes through the Eastern Ghats. The second arm is marked by the Satpura range, Mahadeo Hills, Maikal range and the Rajmahal Hills. The third arm is marked by the Western Ghats. The area of this plateau is about 7 lakh square kilometers and the height ranges from 500 to 1000 meters above the sea level. The Western Ghats form the western edge of the Peninsula Plateau. It runs parallel to the Arabian Sea coast. The northern part of this range is called as Sahyadris. The height of the Sahyadris increases from north to south. Anaimudi is a sort of tri-junctions of the Anaimudi range. The Cardamom Hills and the Palani Hills. Kodaikanal is a beautiful hill resort situated on the Palani Hills. The Eastern Ghats. Eastern Ghats run from southwest to northeast, form the eastern edge of this plateau. This range is also called as Purvadri. The Eastern Ghats join the Western Ghats at the Nilagiri Hills, bordering Karnataka and Tamil Nadu. The Eastern Ghats are not continuous like the Western Ghats. The rivers of Mahanadi, Godavari, Krishna, Pennar and Kaveri have dissected this range at many places. The Indian Desert. The Thar Desert, also known as the Great Indian Desert, is a large arid region in the northwestern part of the Indian subcontinent. It covers an area of 2 lakhs kilometer and forms a natural boundary between India and Pakistan. It is the world's 7th largest desert and a world 9th largest subtropical desert located in western part of the India. The desert lies in the western part of the Aravalli range and covers 2 by 3rd of the Rajasthan state. The coastal plains. The peninsula plateau of India is covered by narrow coastal plains of varied width from north to south known as the western coastal plain and the eastern coastal plains. They were formed by the depositional actions of the rivers and the erosional and depositional actions of the sea waves. The western coastal plain. It lies between the Western Ghats and the Arabian Sea. It extends from Rann of Kutch in the north to Kanyakumari in the south, and its width varies from 10 to 80 kilometers. It is mainly characterized by sandy beaches, coastal sand, dunes, mudflats, lagoons, estuary, laterite platforms and residual hills. The northern part of western coastal plain is known as Konkan plain. The middle part of this plain is known as Kanara. The southern part of the plain is known as Malabar coast. Along the coast, there are numerous shallow lagoons and backwaters called Kayals and Terries. Vembadu is a famous backwater lake found in this region. The eastern coastal plain. It lies between the Eastern Ghats and the Bay of Bengal and stretches along the states of West Bengal, Odisha, Andhra Pradesh and Tamil Nadu. The coastal plain consists mainly of the recent alluvial deposits. This coastal plain has a regular shoreline with well-defined beaches. The coastal plain between Mahanadi and Krishna river is known as the Northern Circus. The southern part lies between Krishna and Kaveri. River is called Coromandel Coast. The Marina Beach on this coast in Chennai is the second longest beach in the world. Among the backwater lake of this coast, Lake Chilka is the largest lake in India located to the southwest of Mahanadi Delta. The Kolleru Lake, which lies between the deltas of Godavari and Krishna, and the Pulicat Lake lies in the border of Andhra Pradesh and Tamil Nadu, are the well-known lakes in the east coastal plains. The islands. India has two major island groups, namely Andaman and Nicobar and Lakshadweep. The former group consists of 572 islands and are located in Bay of Bengal, and the later one has 27 islands and are located in Arabian Sea. The islands of Andaman and Nicobar are largely tectonic and volcanic origin. India's only active volcano is found on Barren Island in Andaman and Nicobar groups of islands, while the islands of Arabian Sea are major coral origin. Andaman and Nicobar Islands. These islands are located in an elevated portion of the submarine mountains. Since these islands lie closer to the equator, the climate remains hot and wet throughout the year and has dense forest. The area of the island group is about 8,249 square kilometer. The entire group of islands is divided into two. They are Andaman in the north and Nicobar in the south. These island groups are of great strategic importance for the country. Port Blair is the administrative capital of the Andaman and Nicobar Islands. The 10-degree channel separates Andaman from Nicobar group. The southernmost tip, the Indra Point, is a part of Nicobar Island. Lakshadweep Islands. This is a small group of coral islands located of the west coast of India. It covers an area of 32 square kilometer. Kavaratti is its administrative capital. Lakshadweep Islands are separated from the Maldives Islands by the 8-degree channel. The uninhabited Pitts Island of this group has a bat sanctuary. Earlier it had three divisions, namely Lakshadweep, Minicoy and Amindivi. It was named as Lakshadweep in 1973. The drainage system of India. The drainage system of India is broadly divided into two major groups on the basis of their location. They are Himalayan rivers and the peninsular rivers. The river system provides irrigation, drinking water, navigation, power as well as grand livelihoods for a large number of population. Himalayan rivers. These rivers are found in the North India and originate from Himalayas. So they are also called as Himalayan rivers. These are perennial rivers. Rivers. Himalayan rivers, peninsular rivers. Himalayan rivers divided into Indus, Ganga, Brahmaputra. Peninsular rivers divided into Mahanadi, Godavari, Krishna, Kaveri, Narmada, Tapti. Ganga river system. The Ganga river system is the largest drainage system of India. It extends over an area of 8,61,404 square kilometer in India. The Ganga plain is the most densely populated place in India and many towns are developed on the banks of this river. The river Ganga originates as Bhagirathi from Gangotri Glacier in Uttarkasi districts of Uttarakhand state. The length of the river Ganga is about 2,525 km. The combined rivers of Ganga and Brahmaputra creates the world's largest delta known as Sundarban in Bangladesh before joining the Bay of Bengal. Brahmaputra river system. The river Brahmaputra originates from the Kailash range to the east of Lake Manasarovar in Tibet at an elevation of about 5,150 meter. The total area is about 5,80,000 square kilometer. But the drainage area lying in India is 1,94,413 square kilometer. This river is known as Zangbo. It is called purifier in Tibet. The length of this river is about 2,900 kilometer. It enters into India through a gorge in Arunachal Pradesh, namely Dihang. It has many tributaries: Tista, Manas, Barak, Subansiri are some of them. This river is called as Jamuna in Bangladesh. After it joined with the river Ganga in Bangladesh, the river is called Meghna. Peninsula rivers. The rivers in South India are called the Peninsula rivers. Most of these rivers originate from the Western Ghats. These are seasonal rivers, non-perennial. Based on the direction of the flow, the peninsula rivers are divided into the west flowing and east flowing rivers. Peninsula rivers are Mahanadi, Godavari, Krishna, Kaveri, Narmada, Tapti. The Indus River system. The Indus River is one of the largest rivers of the world. It originates from the northern slope of the Kailash range in Tibet near Manasarovar Lake. The river runs through Jammu and Kashmir, turns south near Chillar and enters Pakistan. Its major tributaries are Jhelum, Chenab, Ravi, Beas and Sutlej. It enters into with the Arabian Sea. Mahanadi. The river Mahanadi flows in Chhattisgarh and Odisha. The main stream of Mahanadi gets divided into several distributaries. Mahanadi, which is one of the largest delta in India. Godavari. Godavari is the longest river. It flows through the state of Telangana and Andhra Pradesh before joining Bay of Bengal. Kolloru, a freshwater lake, is located in the deltaic region of the Godavari. Krishna. The river Krishna originates from a spring at a place called Mahabaleshwar in the western Ghats of Maharashtra. It flows through Andhra Pradesh and joins in Bay of Bengal. Kaveri. The river Kaveri originates at Talakaveri, Kudagu Hills of Karnataka. The river Kaveri is called Dakshin Ganga or Ganga of South, Emavati or Kabini, Bhavani, Noyal, Amaravati, etc. are the main tributaries of the river Kaveri. The Kaveri breaks at Srirangam Islands with two channels, river Kollidam and Kaveri. At last, it empties into the Bay of Bengal at Pumbugar. Narmada. This river rises in Amarkantak Plateau in Madhya Pradesh. It is the largest among the west flowing rivers of Peninsula India. Its principal tributaries are Barhaner, Halland, Haran, Barna and Kolar. Tapti. is the one of the major rivers of Peninsula India. Tapti River rises near Multai in the Betul districts of Madhya Pradesh. It outfalls into the Arabian Sea through the Gulf of Cambay. Students, today you have learned about India physical features. Children, go through the slides keenly, which will help you to understand the topic easily. You have seen on the screen India map related to rivers and their physical features. These all very important for exam point of view. Some of the important questions are: why Himalayas are called Youngfold Mountains? Distinguish between Himalayas and perennial river. Distinguish between Western Ghats and Eastern Ghats. Distinguish between Western Coastal Plain and Eastern Coastal Plain. And some of the short answers: Deccan Plateau and importance of IST. Thank you, children.